What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dore back again with another podcast. I hope everyone's fit and well. Woo! We won! Back to winning ways at last. Forest won 2-1 last night, and it's good to win at last. After everyone got worried, all the panel, all the media wrote off Forest. It was third, and we're down to fourth, to fifth, to sixth, and now we're back to third. And now it's happy days, happy days. People get involved with the podcast, talk about yesterday's game. We talk about the game on Sunday. Everyone's excited and buzzing for it as well, but we will get it all packed out as well, people. So, but before we do, please do hit the like button as well if you can. Subscribe if you're new, and get involved. Well, we're talking about, like I said, yesterday's game. Right, let's get the panel in. First of all, let's start with the Welsh Wizard. How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, not too bad, Ben. I like tonight. It's a bit of a continental feel to it. It feels like a bit of a joke here. Englishman, Australian, and a Welshman or something. Walk into a bar. Yeah.
Walk into Englishman, a Welshman, and an Australian walk into Wembley.
Yes. Yes.
Two of them lose their beards.
People in the chat, because me and David, we've had a little shave, and Steve didn't get the memo. You didn't get the memo, so
this ain't coming off.
So can we just put it in the comments, Ben? What does Forrest have to do for Welsh Steve to shave his beard? And we will make a decision by the end of the show.
Right. So people in the chat. So like me and David, we've had a shave. I don't know what Steve said he's never had a shave for years. So for Steve to have a trim completely off, what does he need to do? Forest related stuff. So people in the comments, get involved. What does he need to do? We need to get confirmation from his wife first, so he can be part of it, because we don't want to have problems. So Carol, if you're watching this, please get involved on what, if Forest win, it could be Champions League, could be FA Cup win, whatever, or Premier League, it could be anything.
Kel's a good start there, Ben.
So first of all, Kel says Steve needs to shave it if we win the FA Cup.
It's not bad.
Oh my God.
That's good. Great idea, Kel.
Okay, let's just play this out. You know how on the podcast, Ben, we give everyone the trade option. Would you take a penalty shootout now, or if you're offered it? So, Steve, would you take an FA Cup victory right now if that meant that you had me shaving your beard off WrestleMania style like Donald Trump and Steve Austin? Would you take that punishment, Steve?
Steve, you can't get out of this. You can't get out.
Do you mean it's literally skip to the bone?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yes, people in the chat. Yes or no? Come on, get some ideas, people. We need some ideas. Before we get in, I'm going to go through the chat. There's quite a lot of chat comments here. Good evening, Mr. Dore, David, Steve. Hope you're well. I'm so happy we won last night. It was much needed 3 points. I'm doing exercise, and after exercise, I'm doing some joining calling. That's it. If you do use your stuff, as always, keeps you happy as well. Everyone is happy. We've got the man himself, Chris. Hi from New Jersey, Mr. Dore. Forest back in business. Can't wait for the semi-final. Going over to the famous Stamford Pub, New York City, to watch the game with the gang of Reds. Chris, enjoy in New York, my friend. I think you.
Chris, I'm going to go to the Smithfield pub, not for this match, but the one after that or the one after that. So find me, drop me a message. Chris, let's meet up for a drink. Smithfield's good.
Chris is a legend. Actually, Chris, message me so you can get into contact with David. So this guy's a legend. Chris, I need you on my show, man. Email me so we can get you on the show, man, my friend. Because what I'm going to do before the Wembley trip, because there's loads of content, and I've got a sponsor as well. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but we've got a good sponsor, and there's going to be video for the semi-final of the FA Cup. So watch out for that as well, people. Right. Let's talk about yesterday's game, man, because we're buzzing.
You never introduced me, Ben, but that's okay. Let's get on with the show.
I don't need to introduce you. You're here.
Yeah, let's get on with the show. Let's go.
He's here. If you don't know, people, no one knows
go.
who this is. This is the Australian David. He's here. He's here, man. Before we get number one, Paddy Irish. Evening, gents. Hope you're well.
Right,
Great
3
3 points. Great 3 points.
Right,
Well,
3
people,
points.
look. Let me start with you, David, man. Let's start with you. There's so much pressure with us. Like I said, we was third, and went down to 6, and everyone's writing us off. We're going to bottle it, blah, blah, blah. And people as well in the chat get involved. Dave, was you in that mood as well, thinking, we're going to fall off, or we thought, nah, we're not going to do it. Spurs are poor. How was you feeling?
The teams that we drop points again, Everton have been in excellent form, and Aston Villa have been the form team of the Premier League. So I wasn't feeling particularly bad from dropping points against those teams. But Forest is still Forest. And so at 2-1 down with 5 minutes to go, you're sitting there thinking, oh, geez, this is not looking so good. But look, there's often a lot of luck in these matches, and the Harry Toffolo clearance was certainly a key moment for us. But in terms of feeling bad about it, look, post-match, you could tell what it meant to Nuno. You got a slightly more emotional Nuno post-match than you might normally expect to get. So we didn't quite think how we focused on the match, all about the performance. It wasn't the cut and paste Nuno response that we might have expected normally. It was a little bit more emotional. And then I thought Elliot Anderson did himself, lots of favours and looked absolutely great post-match, and as well as Harry Toffolo. It meant a lot. So, look, Ben, you were obviously there celebrating with the Forest fans. I didn't catch as much of that on the coverage being in the States. I don't like to show that too much. So what was it like post-match with the feeling with the players and the fans?
It was amazing, man. Like you mentioned Toffolo, because I was about to ask Steve about Toffolo, but let me say about him, because after the game, when he spoke about, and in the stand, every time Toffolo was near us, we kept singing the Toffolo song, and it means so much for him, because he's had so much to deal with off the pitch as well, and to come into this game, a massive game for us as well. And he didn't play bad. I thought he had a good game with the play that he had to deal with at right wing as well. And Porro, he had a great game. And to end it off, that the clearance off the line was just was fantastic. And Toffolo, and not for Toffolo, I think everyone was fantastic. But Toffolo for me, playing left back, for me, is fantastic. But yeah, it's good. It's so good. Don't it feel good now we've won? Because everyone's under pressure. So under pressure with this.
No, still, Ben, it's a slight pressure release. Look, I went and watched back those FA Cup, that quarterfinal, and some of those tense moments. If you think those moments were tense, right? If it's 0-0 in the 115th minute against Manchester City at Wembley, and Forest are hanging on for penalties, and we got bloody a player sent off or injured or like something like that, if you don't think that will be an increased level of nervousness, or if we're up by a goal or two, like it just is building. And so one observation I'm going to make for us, which is encouraging, is what I was worried with Nottingham Forest going into the end of the season. It's like Novak Djokovic in the tennis. When the big points are on, he's just better. He plays better when he needs to. And so what I want to see from Forest, the big matches, the big games, the big moments are coming our way. And look, jumping out to the 2-0 lead over Tottenham, was a big moment for us, and just got ahead, and we were able to hold them out.
Steve, how was you feeling? Because like I said, Steve, what was you feeling, Steve, when you seen the lineup? Because like I said, we mentioned Toffolo, Dinier coming back as well. But Steve, what was your feeling about the team?
I thought the balance was a bit better. Maybe the midfield again, we didn't start with Hudson-Odoi, so maybe that was slightly imbalanced. But the overall was kind of, I was kind of go, right, okay, Toffler's given his chance, Dalilo back in, no Yates. Start with Alanga, kind of that second striker again with Wood. I'm not going to lie, Ben, it did slightly worry me. And for the last couple of games, especially what game was it? Was it Villa or the Emden game? I think it might have been the Villa game where the bench started looking a bit weak. I honestly thought, Ben, the lack of depth was going to slowly catch up with us, because I feel with these other teams up there, like the City, the Villas, got really strong benches, strength and depth. I thought that's where they're going to get us, and obviously Chelsea have as well. But some players stepped up to the mark last night. You just mentioned one, Toffolo. I'm sure we'll come to him later. But yeah, it's just I'm not going to lie, Ben, I was quite doom and gloom after the Everton game. But to be fair, like they pointed out, they're in good form. They're a tough side to play, an ugly side to play against. And I'm starting to find something with Forest now. We need to score first to really stamp authority on the game. We've become in that pattern.
Yes.
And I honestly think, right, just go back to the end of the game, I honestly think if we went 1-0 up against them, we would have seen that game through as well. We're just getting that kind of team now where a lot is mentioned on the games, on commentary, saying Forest tends to score first, then we shut teams out. I feel when we chased in the game, Ben, we're up against, like Villa away, we left it too late. We're sure we can play in the second half, but I feel we hit Spurs early yesterday. That was the best way to do it. I felt we did go in our shell a bit second half, but that may be down to Sunday. That might be down to the fact that some players are not 100% like Dalilo. Maybe Wood is still. I don't think Wood is still fully fit.
He's not. You can just
Alanga, yeah, Alanga's not. Did he go off for precaution to wrap up in Copa for Sunday?
saving him. They're
saving him. I think we're saving him.
I think we're saving him.
Think about it, like. Sorry, lads. Like the first goal, was it? Did he make the first goal? Didn't it from the corner? He made the second goal. And
yes.
Yeah, he's critical, Alanga.
Yeah, and the whole first of it, like Spurs started well, but when we got the 2 goals, I thought it was just done. It was done. Even the goal offside.
I spoke to a Spurs fan at work today, and he said he felt they didn't lay a glove on us, which I thought, yes and no, really. I thought they did have a few chances.
The line and Sells had a good save, Steve.
Yeah. I think he was a bit, perhaps he's been a bit too Spursy on his own team there, but but to be fair, the 2 wide men for them caused us the most trouble. I honestly felt, I know they got their own thoughts with their own issues with Europa League and so on, but the kind of game they played was more suiting Solanke. I thought a couple of them crosses that went in, Solanke would have gobbled them up. So thank God, really, they started with Richarlison. But coming back to us, though, I'm just kind of glad the game plan worked, really. And you know what, Ben, is it was good that just picking out Toffolo, especially the first half. What I liked is what I liked was Dalilo, Anderson, on that side was helping out Toffolo a lot.
Was 100%.
We all know Toffolo hasn't got the speed now, right? And he was getting, what was on that side, Audebert was going around him a lot, but he did get back, and also he had the second man to help him back. They were helping him with the cover. And fair play, that's a real workman team, that is. That's looking out for each other, knowing he's vulnerable, like with his pace and so on. The goal they scored, you can partly blame Hudson-Odoi, because if you go back and watch that goal, he left Porro to cross that ball. So that wasn't in Toffolo's fault. You can partly blame Hudson-Odoi for that goal. So, it's just the team ethic was really good. Really hard workman. Anderson, for me, standout midfield, the engine. He looked knackered at the end. Absolutely knackered. Nico Williams. I've got to say...
Sorry. What Dave said, like, Anderson... I thought he was fantastic yesterday, but he's been. We had 7 days rest and all that, but
9 days actually.
We didn't rest him. But I don't think.
Doesn't matter how many days rest you've got, Ben. He's playing in a Premier League match in the centre of midfield. He's a key ball-winning player for us because of out of necessity, and he's our most creative guy. So, of course, and he's going back to get the ball. He does so many meters. What do you expected from him? He's always going to be knackered. Like,
can I just say though? I got to say the player who probably won the ball back more than him was Dominguez yesterday. Right? Dominguez,
yes,
he won the ball a lot. Interceptions, tackles. To be fair, he played well first half as well. I think I'm finding better. I've mentioned this on these shows a lot. If we get the midfield right, the balance is good then. I feel when we don't get our midfield right, that's where we struggle.
100%. People hit the like button, subscribe if you're new people, and as well, massive 3 points. Everyone's happy and all that. David, like we mentioned Anderson, like I said, I thought again he was outstanding from us, but we talk about his goal. He took his goal fantastic, didn't he? I think he needed it because he's been playing well, but he's not scoring as much goals. I think that's his second goal of the season. But tell us, David, man, he's a great player. Like we signed him, and I'm like, who's this guy? But he's that puzzle. He's that player. Like we've got to start. He's the first player on the team sheet.
Well, as someone who scores similar goals to the one that Elliot Anderson scored against Tottenham, I can just tell you how difficult it is to actually do that in terms of the balance and measuring and managing that. And it's just a cleverly struck at pace, keep it low, on target, but also possibly jag a deflection. And it takes an incredible amount of skill from Elliot Anderson. He's clearly our most skillful player. He's got those jinking moves and all those sort of things that are around him. He's just absolutely terrific. So I don't know, Ben. If you didn't know him before, if you're a casual Premier League fan, not supporting Newcastle or Forest, pretty sure you know who Elliot Anderson is now. So he's like our key guy. So go back to that question I asked you on a show before. Would you take a second Elliot Anderson or a second Gibbs White? You would take a second Elliot Anderson, I feel.
I don't know. People in the chat. David mentioned this in the show. Would you take another Anderson or another Gibbs White? Steve, what would you do, Steve?
What do you want? Do you want engine and work rate, or do you want skill and finesse? You know, I'm not saying Gibbs White doesn't work hard. I just mean not many teams, not many
you
players.
Just said Gibbs White's lazy, Steve. That's just unbelievable.
No. To be fair, right?
That is just unbelievable from you.
Liv and Christie can look lazy next to Elliot Anderson sometimes. You know what I mean? It's Anderson's engine. I mean, when we signed him, a bit of a blast from the past, don't we? Liv from Christie. When we signed him, the only thing you've heard of this guy was a few cameos. He did come on against us, didn't he, a couple of seasons ago?
He did come on against us at the 6th round.
I think it was the game that the Akate was the handball, I think. Yeah. And I know Eddie Howe wanted to keep him, but because of PSR and there's no room for him in the squad, he ain't going to get in front of Joe Linton, how good their midfield is.
Yeah, best midfield in the Premier League.
Yeah, and what did the Geordie call him? The Geordie Maradona? And the engine, it's just the work rate on him. I mean, that's what gets him through a lot of the games. Just like in the second half, he looked knackered, but he's still by the touchline, sticking his leg out, trying to win that tackle. He could barely get off the floor, and he was kind of jogging back past the halfway. He looked absolutely knackered. And so, to answer your question, I would personally pick another Gibbs White. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. You know what? Even if I do I'm starting to like Anderson, I still get another Gibbs. What did I say last time, Dave? Did I say Gibbs White?
You said Gibbs White. I said Anderson.
Yeah, I still got to keep on Gibbs White. Gibbs White is our best player, and but Anderson for me, he's slowly getting there, pushing it.
I think with plays like Gibbs White, and there's no disrespect to Anderson, plays like Gibbs White can win you a game. They can do something out of nothing. I feel with Anderson, I know he scored yesterday, but you compare again the stats you touched on it. I think you said it, Ben. Anderson with his goals return is not brilliant, but he's not in the team with Gibbs White with the assist and the goals and that bit of magic just to jink and just find that pass. Even if him and the Wood connection, I mean, it's outstanding. I think for me, I would personally pick another Gibbs White because they are a dime in a dozen, really. With players like that.
Let's talk about another player, and he's back in the scoring form. Chris Wood, David. People in the chat, he's back scoring goals. Good goal. And right. Before we do talk about his goal, and people in the chat, was it? It baffles me the offside goal. It was his hand. Dave, what do you think about offside goal? People in the chat, what do you think?
He was offside, Ben.
Yeah, but his hand.
He's always offside.
He's always offside.
Nah, he had a little bit of a lean. He was ahead of the. He was
not going to handball it though. That's the thing I don't understand. He's not going to come on, man, VAR. I've been nice to VAR.
That's the rules. That's how it works. He was just leaning. He was offside. Right. He had slight advantage.
Let me say something. Right, Steve. I don't know if you don't remember. People in the chat. Can you remember Alex Myton that played against Forest played Chelsea, and Alex Myton got VAR with the hand. And then 2 weeks later, VAR said, it was wrong because he doesn't.
It was a few seasons ago, though, Ben.
Come on, Matt David. People in the chat.
No one in the comments is going to say that it was onside, Ben, except for you and your red and white goggles.
It was come on, man. You meant to be on my side, man. Come on, man.
You know what the frustrating thing about it, though? If he had scored that about, I would say, 10 minutes earlier, it would have been given because VAR was down. The whole system was down.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you knew that. Ben.
What?
But VAR was down for the first 10 minutes of that game.
Was it?
Yes, they had some fire in the head. You know where they do it in the box when it St George's Park, is it? Wherever the VAR
Yeah.
truck is. They had some fire scare or some fire drill or something. So they had to.
Oh.
There was something going on. So VAR was actually down for the first 5 or 10 minutes. So if
That's
we
not
had
a
scored
reason
that,
for anyone to go and send fire
Why
scares
couldn't we
through
not
the
work
VAR.
when it's going to goal, man? But bloody hell.
But
Didn't do that.
then I'm gonna agree with you that it's a stupid law, right? That's not offside. That is arm out like that. That's
If
stupid.
it's his head or legs, fair enough. Not his arm.
Go back to the old days and just do clear daylight. That's offside. None of this rubbish. Your toenails offside and
bloody next week we'll get a decision that goes our way this way, and you'll be like, "Oh, he's offside!" and you'll be carrying on like pork chops. You watch this, you'll be heralding the offside rules, and it is offside in a couple of weeks when someone scores on us, and it gets disallowed, and that's the reason we make the Champions League.
No, it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. But beside the point, it come back.
Other than that, Chris Wood, Ben, I think
Chris Wood come back. Was it 2 minutes? I think it was 2 or 5 minutes later. Scores his goal. Come on, David, talk about it, man. Like, I think he needed that goal because he was out for quite a couple of games, but he's come back. He scored. Talk to me about it, David, man.
Well, sometimes just a little bit of luck can give you as a goal scorer just confidence, and so. If you're injured, you can be a little bit down on confidence. All right, have I still got it? Have I still got the speed? And am I able to mix it with these big boys? And he doesn't get a huge number of opportunities, Chris Wood. And to be fair to him, it was a matter of a centimetre at best, that offside. So he could easily have had 2. So he's still getting that high goals to conversion ratio for us, which we're going to need against Manchester City. He's obviously going to start against Manchester City. I think he'll play out the remainder of the season, playing 60, 70 minutes like we're seeing, and Taiwo time coming on at the end of the matches like we would expect. So, yeah, look, Chris Wood coming back into form. We need our guys coming back into form. And so they've been a little bit out of form the last couple of weeks. So let's just see how we can do.
I've missed it. I think I thought you played well to be today because I still don't understand why Spurs took both centre-backs off. I don't understand why they did that. But
I saw that, Ben. I asked the Spurs fan today, and he thinks that it could be, again, the Europa League, and it could be look after Van der Ven, and also Romero. It's like he wanted to be sent off. Some of the tackles he was putting in was stinking. He's a hotbed anyway. So I think that Ange was worried. I think he was on a yellow, and Van der Ven, they weren't to know that we were taking Alanga off. So I think he's worried that with the pace of Alanga, you don't want Van der Ven pulling another hammy or another muscle strain with what they got coming up. So I think that's why they took them 2 off.
I don't know.
But Ben, there was no doubt, right? If Romero stayed in that pitch, he was goners. I don't know if you saw a lot of it, Ben, on the pitch, but he was dirty. He went on. I think it was Anderson.
He went in a lot of tackles on Anderson, didn't he? He whacked him a couple of times. And I don't mind that idea. If you've got a defender on a yellow with the 5 substitutes rule, it's just easier to sub them off, and there's a nothing match for Tottenham. But whilst Ange is under pressure and he might get sacked, which would be sad, it was a nothing match for them. So they've got bigger fish to fry. They're going to finish 17th. Doesn't matter.
People, please do hit like, subscribe if you're new. And like David, I said, these 3 points was so important, man. Like I said, everyone's at the darters, but do you think this win can get us this dream of Champions League football, or like Spurs are poor, but can we?
It's another 3 points as our quest towards. What I think I said 68 points on that video that I did, Ben. However,
have you got it up?
Well, I can go look it up. But since I did that video, what I've noticed is that the teams that because originally we considered the top 10, so we considered that Bournemouth, Fulham, and Brighton can still make it. They're done. So now it's really the top 7 that can make it into the Champions League positions. And I think that's going to put a little bit of pressure on the number of points. So previously I said 68, I was pretty confident was going to be enough for Nottingham Forest to get through. Don't think 68 is going to be enough. I think it might be 69 or 70. So having said that, it's another 3 points.
3 points.
We can win.
It's massive though, David. It was massive. My point is, it's because
massive for the confidence. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I understand. Like the media people got to say they want the usual. Like I said, Newcastle and Aston Villa will be there. Forest are the newbies there, and we're going to drop off. But like I said, we've got to beat who's in front of us, and we did, and that's why I'm so happy, because I came out of the ground and thinking, oh my days, we won. But it's important. We beat teams like Spurs and the low teams as well. But what about you, Steve? Do you think, like I said, this win can give us confidence? Like I said, the Man City, give us confidence for the Man City game. Then we got Brentford. These games are so. What the question is? These games are not easy. I'm hearing that we've got the easy running, but they're not easy. What's your on it?
No, it's not. As it goes. I'll start again. As it shows with the Everton game, they were in good form, but again, it just goes, take nothing for granted. We go to the Leicester game at home. They are down. Now, I said it weeks ago, Ben. That's the kind of game where we'll turn up. We as fans will give our predictions 3-4-0. We can't have that arrogance. We just got to turn up. I will take a 1-0 win. Move on. 3 points. Get it done. Dusted. If we win 3 or 4-0, it's a bonus. Just win the game. It's all about winning the game this end of the season. Yes, we want to batter them. Of course we do, because we want to send them down, and we are down, but wave goodbye to them and all that, for bragging rights and so on. But with Brentford, it's not an easy game. West Ham away, they are playing for nothing. These teams worry me, Ben, more than anything, when they play for nothing, because the pressure. It's kind of like last night. The pressure. There was no pressure on Spurs. Like Dave just said, there was nothing for them. They were in. What gear were they in last night? Spurs, really. I probably the only players who tried were the 2 wide men.
2 wide.
Other than that, even Kulusevski didn't bother. You could just tell they would save themselves for that Europa League. Now, with the game on Sunday,
they're more motivated against us, Steve, too. So against us, they want to prove something and not let Forest break away from them, these lower tier teams like a West Ham and these other ones. So it certainly motivates them.
Yeah, but they are the most dangerous teams to play, because they are on the beach now, and they got nothing to lose or gain. So we've got all the pressure. That's why it's.
I'm certainly not trading our West Ham fixture, Steve, for Liverpool.
No.
What?
I'm not trading our West Ham fixture for Liverpool. Well, let's play Liverpool instead. No, thanks.
No.
No.
But I don't want to put that. No, but Liverpool would time you play West Ham, Liverpool would have won the league then anyway. So it's just Ben, these games coming up. We all know the pundits on the TV want the Chelsea game to be the decider who gets in that 5th or 4th spot or whatever it is. That's what they want. They want it to be that, because they mentioned a few times yesterday, could go down to the last game. The Chelsea game could be it. Who knows? It could be done and dusted by then. It may come down to that game, and that's going to be some occasion. Now, I will say one thing before the next question, next topic, is the game Sunday could be beneficial either way. If we lose, it will be disappointing, but the players then will be fully focused then. That's what we got to go for, is that European spot. If we win, think of that confidence boost that will take us, beat the Man City at Wembley in front of millions of people's eyeballs on the game worldwide, and then we go on to the final and we are going on to the end of the season. So it's kind of like looking at both ways, really. It's a massive potential 7 games left of the season if we get to the final as well.
100%. People, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and if there's any topics that you want to talk about yesterday's game, please do. We're getting this up. What David's done for us.
Yeah, throw it up on the screen, Ben. You'll need to do a little edit thing to change the layout view there.
Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, you need to change the layout thing, Ben. Hold on, there we go. No.
Where is it?
It's on whatever the layout is. You've got it viewed, Ben. So you've got it. There we go. Put it on that layout.
Wait. That. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just talk to it like that. All right.
Yeah, we talk like that. So here's what David's done, people. So
we did this a couple of weeks ago, and we looked at where Forest need to finish. So this is all Premier League finishes since 1995-96, since there's been a 20-team competition. So prior to that, it was more teams than that. So sadly, we don't get to look at the 94-95 season. where Forest were in third place. However, the 3 that I've circled there were the years where the highest number of points for the 6th place team. So obviously, if we finish above the 6th place team, we are going to make the Premier League. So that 2013-14 season, Tottenham were on 69, 2016-17, 69, and 18-19, 66 points. There's a few anomalies with each of those. So the way that this is tracking at the minute, you could certainly see us needing to have the highest number of points ever to get into 5th place, which would be particularly annoying. So if that is the case, then we're going to need 70, which means it's 3 wins and a draw.
I know.
Which is a lot. So
it is a lot.
It's a lot. So I think I had a few. Yeah, here we go. Looking at those key seasons where the numbers got high. That's right. We had the in 2016-17 season, there was a big drop off from 6th place down. So you saw that Manchester United to Everton. So we're going to have that from 7th place and down this time. And then in the 2013-14 season, there was a low number of drawn matches. So therefore, that made the points higher. So anyway, look, those were my conclusions at the time. You can stop presenting there, Ben.
Yep.
So get us back on the screen. So those are my conclusions at the time. So what's the conclusion now? I thought 68 was enough. I think we need more than 3 wins. I think we need 3 wins and a point. What I think now, I think 70.
I don't know. I still
What's
think
this now?
To be 100% sure.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Because
people in the chat, what do you think? How many points do you think we need?
And that would be the highest number of points ever to finish 5th.
am I right in saying, depending on how results go this weekend, I know we're not playing, can we be guaranteed a European spot if results go away this weekend?
Sure it does. People in the chat, what do you know? Do you know anything about? I don't know, because Fulham are still there. Brentford.
Because am I right in something, Ben, that something to do with Palace as well? If they were to win the FA Cup, it affects European spots as well. I was as a knock-on effect. I'm
right. So what I've seen, what is it? Gary Lineker said, the top 5 is normal.
Yeah.
Spurs, Man U.
If they win Europa,
If they win Europa, they're in the Champions League. So that'd be 6. Whoever wins the FA Cup, if Forest or Villa, for example, it gets Europa League. But if Forest and Villa get the Champions League, I'm sure the team in 7th get Europa. I think it's the two teams going Europa. I think the conference, because Newcastle have already won it, and if they finish Champions League, the team in 9th, 8th get conference. So there's going to be two teams in conference league. If I'm right, I don't know if I'm right or not. People in the chat, am I right or wrong? I don't know.
you could go all the way down to 8th then.
Yeah. So technically,
what cushion have we got over 8th spot now?
11 points.
We don't 11.
Yeah. So
we're on 50. We're on 60 now, aren't we? So
yeah. So like teams like Brighton, Fulham, and Bournemouth, they can still get European football.
Really, then after this weekend, going by that, we're not far. If the results go away, we're not far off. Then at least a European football. It could be Europa Conference or whatever. We pretty much guaranteed a European spot.
It's guaranteed now, Steve.
If you look at it, because like
that's guaranteed in football, Dave.
The thing is, with Bournemouth are on 49 points, and Villa are in 7th. They're on 57. So, I don't know.
I think pretty much right. If we beat Brentford a week Thursday, that would knock them out contention. Then, so I think we pretty much nailed them. We consolidated in that bracket.
Steve, it's got to be Champions League.
There's no way we're falling under it. What I mean to say is, at least we have that cushion to know we at least guaranteed the name European in our picture list next year.
It's Champions League football, man. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. The result yesterday was it was.
I'm not worried like I was before yesterday. I was
wasn't.
worried.
No, I was the 10% worried. 9% I wasn't.
Right, okay. I'll ask you two and people in the chat. My question is, we've got 5 games left, and what's the game that worries you the most that we could drop points?
Okay, people in the chat, get involved. What game worries you a bit? It's like you, Dave. David? What game worries you a bit?
None of them.
Oh, he's going for it. He's
I
confident.
think we can win all of them.
That's confidence.
We win 15 points.
If you want to be like David, just be like him. Be like
I just think we're going to win all of them. Like I don't have any doubts in any of the Forest matches now as we look at the Forest fixtures coming up. Like,
no, I'm kind of hoping
I
that
just think we can win all of them. Why can't we? Like, we can beat Brentford, Palace, Leicester City, West Ham. Goodness me, we can beat all of them.
Leicester.
The only one that really worries me is Chelsea, I guess. But by then, it's not going to matter. If we have 12 points, we'll be on 72. Job done.
They won like that cold run last game of the season at the City Ground, Chelsea.
To be fair,
can you imagine how pumped up the Forest fans are going to be if we need a point or something? Oh, goodness me.
Yeah, then Chelsea players won like that. We'll rattle players like Cucurella and...
I'm not worried. I'm saying right now, I'm not worried.
Chelsea doesn't worry me. That game doesn't worry me.
Right. You know Chelsea, like, the beat Fulham 2-1, last minute goal. But before that, I speak to those Chelsea content creators, and they said they don't think they'll get Champions League football. They're not like I said. Basically, what they're saying, they want us to guarantee be Champions League football. So when that's guaranteed, there's like we're on the beach basically, and they're like, oh, it's more pressure. Like they can just like, okay, just let Chelsea win that game. That's what Chelsea wants.
I've just looked forward to that last match against Chelsea when we're the FA Cup holders and qualified for the Champions League. Carlos Miguel starting at striker, and with Ryan Yates in goal. I just look forward to that line.
No. I don't Carlos Miguel. I prefer Wayne Hennessy.
Wayne Hennessy and Carlos Miguel playing up front. It'd be so good. He's like, all right, let's talk about this FA Cup match.
Right, let's talk about the FA Cup, people. Right, let's talk. We've got to talk about it, man. Like, wait. Before we do, let's get everyone's man of the match about yesterday's game. So, people in the chat.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about him enough yet. Come on, let's spend 5 minutes talking about. Come on, we all know we want to talk about him. Come on, it's everyone's man of the match. Just mention him, Ben. Toffolo. Everyone knows it.
Everyone knows. David, do you agree?
I thought you were angling to talk about Elliot Anderson for another 5 minutes.
he was close-minded getting it as well, but yeah.
So Toffolo
was clearly the man of the match.
Toffolo clearly the man of the match.
Clearly the output.
You know what? He liked my my video I did on my Instagram. So shout out to Harry Toffolo, man, and actually deserved him.
Can I just say, Ben? It says a lot as a professional. As a person, though, he hasn't played that many minutes this season. He's played a few FA Cup games, made a few cameos off the bench. It says a lot as the professional and the player that, to come in, who hasn't played a full 90. And I mentioned earlier about the pace of the game and how the teammates were helping him out. The clearance off the line, how pumped up he was, and the chants he was singing, and he went over and he'd done a video off again. It was really good to see that. And he's pushed for a start now Sunday, hasn't he? We're tie in now with him next for Man City. Because what we do, I mentioned this, I put this dilemma to you a few weeks ago, Ben. Our wing backs now on the weekend is going to be a very interesting choice because we haven't got Nico, we haven't got Aina, we haven't got a right back.
He's put a video out today. He's in the gym, so you never
Aina.
know. Yeah, Aina.
There was chat that Aina was going to be right for this Spurs match, but they've held him back. I think Aina plays.
Aina plays.
Can I just say, and I did say, my worry is down that side, if Man City target that side, if we haven't got a solid, like Dominguez played that a few weeks ago. Which game was it? Was it the Villa game?
Villa.
Yeah, and he got exposed. Yeah, we can't have
the first 20 minutes he was.
Yeah.
The first 20 minutes he was.
Can you imagine Doku or something like that? Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm off on tangent.
Right, so everyone votes Toffolo for the man of the match, and I said
Toffolo's man of the match. Let's go.
Toffolo. Right, so
Chat City.
Here we go. FA Cup. People in the chat. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm buzzing. We're going to Wembley, people. Good. It's mad. We're going to Wembley again. David, how you feeling? He's coming, right, David?
I'm coming. So, look, one of my great life regrets is not forking out the cash to go to the playoff final. And so I'm not making that mistake again. So I will have moved heaven and earth, and I abandoned even a plan of going to watch WrestleMania. That's how much I wanted to go see the FA Cup semi-final. So, look, I'll be there, and I'm putting it on the line. Actually, I'm not going to mention my Forest lucky streak, Ben, but I'm feeling great about Forest. Look, we are perfectly set up for beating Manchester City. We attack deep, wide, our width guys. I think we're just going to come out and get them. And I just think they're a bit of a mess. They're rebuilding. They're missing Rodri. You know, De Bruyne's a bit of a mess. They've got these young guys coming up. Sure. But they're just not being the team that we've expected. And so Forest go out there with nothing to lose, an enormous amount of support. Like when you go and look at the tickets, there's not a single ticket you can get resale for in the Forest fan section. I think it's pretty hard, having kept an eye on that. Plenty of Man City.
Man City, and I don't think Man City have sold their end, have they? That's how
I don't think they have.
Absolutely shocking, Man City. Can't believe it.
It's because they're just a transient, tourist club, whereas we're solidly supported. So I think the Forest fans are going to be out in force. It is going to be massive. And I'm so looking forward to the Nottingham Forest Supporters Convention that's being held at Wembley on the weekend. It's going to be great. And I'm looking forward to the main event. And I'm just going to say, I think it's a full-strength Forest lineup. I think we're going the 4-2-3-1. And I think it's Dominguez starting in the center of the midfield with Anderson. And I think Aina and Williams are going to play with the Eminem and Hudson-Odoi and Alanga starting on the wings. Chris Wood, let's go for it. Let's just get that first goal. We know how important.
He supports Man City. So he better score, would he? So Chris Wood,
he's played for half the different Premier League teams. Surely by now he doesn't support anyone. Someone found a tweet 2013. Said, "Come on, City, my boy club," and all that. So I don't care. Wood scored a goal to not Man City, to send us to the final FA Cup. That's dreams are made of, man, people. But people chat, can we win? Can we win? I've done a poll. Can we win? Be honest. Don't just pick yes, Forest fan. Can we win? Steve, can we win? Can we win the FA Cup final?
Of course we can. We beat them.
Will we win?
Will we win? Man City have got a good team. We can't. People, let's be honest. No. Man City have got a good team.
You've got to respect the opposition. No matter what you say about them, about 115 charges and all that, they're still a great team on the day. I mean, let's not be naive now. If they turn up on the day, they could turn us over. Let's not be that naive, right? But looking at it and taking Dave's points about the team, the pressure's on them. Because that's their season, right? I know they more likely will get top four, but that's the only silverware they got left. And you know how much Pep loves getting his hands on silverware. So the Forest boys, go out, enjoy the occasion. Yes, don't play the occasion, because if they get wrapped in all that, that's where they'll perhaps get overwhelmed. But, go out. I agree with Dave. Play the game, play our tactics. Don't show them any respect, and just play our game. And do you know what? Who knows? I think we got that psychological thing over them now. We beat them only a few weeks ago. I'm going to be interested in watching the game later now against Villa, see how they set up, see how they approach this game.
Let's play at 8 o'clock, people.
Maybe, I don't wish injuries on some players, but maybe a few players can get a few bumps and knocks and bruises and ankle turns and
get some food poisoning.
Yeah. Of course we can win that.
Matty Cash do a late tackle on someone.
Do you agree with my lineup there, Steve, of playing the wingers in the 4-2-3-1? Is that what you would do?
Yeah, but again, it goes back to that balance, Dave. For me, it's all about balancing the team. And when we get that balance right, we are a good team. It's just if that's slightly off, like I go back to that Dominguez, issue on the right against Villa. You throw that out, and Man City will sniff blood. And that just worries me slightly. If we can get that back four solid, if that means, I don't know, I know it's playing a left sider on a right. You go down the option of playing maybe Toffolo on the right and Moreno on the left. I mean, I know it's slightly out balanced there, but you are playing a player in his position. I know we'll have to cut in on his left, but for me,
suspended as well, Steve.
So again,
is Williams suspended?
Yeah, Williams and Yates.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise that. I thought it was just
Oh,
Yates.
no, right. So
That
the
is
question
such a massive blow, isn't it?
This is my next question. People in the chat as well. Do you think with Ryan Yates and Williams not playing affects a little bit on, because we know Ryan Yates. He is what it is. Like Spurs fans got rattled again with him yesterday. I don't know if no one's seen it.
Oh, it certainly has an impact, Ben. Goodness me, it takes an option away. So the squad players give you all the options. So you've got the option of playing Yates on De Bruyne if you really wanted to, and now that option's taken away. Not saying you would necessarily do it.
David, let me ask a question, right? And people in the chat. Sengare, do you think give him a chance? He's not played a game.
No chance. If he has not played for months now, there is no chance they're going to bring him in for this match. It's Dominguez.
Yeah.
It's Dominguez.
I just don't understand why he's not playing. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like,
he's not good enough.
My worry, Ben, is without Yates and Nico's legs, is, let's face it, we're gonna have less of the ball, right? They'll have more of the ball than us. We're gonna miss them legs and energy and that hustle and bustle of what Nico and Yates bring to the table in that sense. And like someone just mentioned it, I think it was you, Dave, said about Yates rattling De Bruyne, and so that does worry me slightly. But again, this is where players, we like to use that phrase of next man up. Squad. It's a squad game. Like, does anyone know where it's
available? Steve, would he get picked ahead of Dominguez? If we played the 4-2-3-1.
If Yates was available, I probably would start Dominguez against City.
Was it Dominguez who started against Man City, or was it Yates?
Dominguez.
Was it Dominguez? Yeah, Ryan Yates come on, didn't he? If you remember, he rattled.
Dominguez had a very good game, I think. Dominguez went off after 50 odd, close to 60 minutes, if I remember. He had a good game.
Can we beat him on penalties, Ben?
Yeah, confident.
We can too.
I think we can. Because
if you thought the Brighton match was tense on the penalties, can you imagine this one?
That was tense. That was tense.
Goodness me. Can you imagine Forest penalties again?
Oh, don't do that to me, David, man. Don't. That was emotional.
We should have beaten Newcastle on penalties too, actually. Buddy Talbo's penalties still coming down.
Still coming down.
Still flying high in the air. Goodness me. Well, Mark Harrison's commented there. He's saying, Ben, that he would play the three in the middle, Dominguez, Anderson, and Danilo, which means he's not playing the wingers. So I just think we come out strong and fast on this one rather than saving the wingers for the end. But I can see your point, Mark. Is that if we play the stronger middle, then it means we have to sacrifice one of Langer and Hudson-Odoi. But if we don't sacrifice one of them, then they're both not going to be able to play 120 minutes. I don't know. It's so difficult.
I don't know. Would I play because Man City, like I said, their midfield, it's still great. It's fantastic, man. But
the only thing Man City haven't got now is legs much in midfield. They got ball players, but they haven't got much legs in midfield. I know they got that young Nico, the one who started against.
Nico Riley.
No. The one in midfield, the one who probably
he was their best player. The Argentinian one player.
Gonzalez, yeah.
He's the best one.
He's their best player at the City ground. He's the only one with legs there now. I mean, De Bruyne, Silva, Kotovic, they haven't really got the legs now.
Stefan said he can't handle penalties. I can't.
I think it's going to go. I reckon it's going penalties. That's how Forest are going to win. Penalties again.
Not again, please don't.
Again.
Right. I don't know. I think I'm going to throw I'm going to throw Stephen on the bus on this one because in a group chat, as you know, De Bruyne is out of contract. Forest fans, would you take him? Yes or no? De Bruyne, his legs are gone, but he's still I don't know. Is he a good player? Yes or no? People, would you take him? Yes or no? Dave, would you take him? De Bruyne, yes or no?
Hold on. I thought I was going to have time to think about my answer then, and now you've made me answer.
Yes or no?
All right. Well, look, I think what you have to think about is that is he going to add to the dressing room of the culture that you've built? And Nottingham Forest is a land of opportunity, not a retirement village. Yeah. And so I just feel like De Bruyne would be coming to Forest.
That's been in the past.
I just feel like it's not going to be the right mix. And also his wages are going to be astronomically higher than everyone else's.
Yeah,
and he's going to upset the balance of the team. So, and what does he play alongside Elliot Anderson and Morgan Gibbs-White in a 3 in the centre of midfield? Where is he?
But this is if Morgan Gibbs-White goes to Man City. That's the thing.
Oh, would you trade? Yeah, nah.
Would I trade? No. Not a chance.
So then why would you want to take that? I think we desperately got to hold on to every player we've got and if
we get Champions League football.
If we get Champions League football, if we get Champions League football, what's the main reason we've got it? It's because of the togetherness of the squad and the team that we've built together. And so we just got to protect that. And then we can jettison a couple of the players that haven't quite kicked on, like Sangare, Toffolo, Marino, just get better guys in. Yates.
Let's just get a sense, though, of what we're actually talking about here. If you were said 3 years ago, we'd be having this discussion, would you take De Bruyne? You'd be going, what? It wouldn't even be a afterthought. And what I'm trying to say is, and I get all your points, is this is the standard you set. When you jump from where we are to Champions League, the standard of player, even if his leg's gone or not, just having that name in a conversation is mind-boggling. That we're actually having this conversation.
No, Steve. It's just like we're having Jesse Lingard. No disrespect.
No. You can't compare De Bruyne to Jesse Lingard. Whoa. No, Ben. No.
He was. When we signed him, he was still a good player.
Jesse Lingard's signing was a good choice at the time based on the information we had.
Thank you very much. At that time, he was a good signing.
You take De Bruyne, right? Yeah, his legs are gone. But think of the legs we have. And we mentioned this throughout the show, the engine and the energy. Thinking that around him, and you just feed him the ball. And he'd be curling them balls into Chris Wood on his head. I'm just saying, would you trade it down?
I'll give you another answer, Steve. They're all good players at the right price.
Yes.
Right. All right, then I'll put this out there. If De Bruyne knocked on Marinakis' door and Nuno walked into the office, said, I will sign there for Forest now, what do you think they would say?
People in the chat, help us out, man. Help me out. Would you take him? Yes or no?
They're going to say yes.
Put yourself in Nuno now and the big man's shoes. If De Bruyne openly said, I will sign for Forest, I don't want to sign for any other club, I will sign for you, do you think they'll go, nah, you're right? De Bruyne. Just think about it.
Steve, you put me in that situation.
All right, well, I look forward to Kevin De Bruyne signing with Nottingham Forest in July.
If that happens, that's a different show, but
that'll be a very good.
All right, people.
I'll tell you what, here's the thing. All right, if Kevin De Bruyne signs for Nottingham Forest and Forest win the Champions League, then Steve has to permanently never have a beard ever again. Ever again. It's just done. If we win the Champions League with Kevin De Bruyne, the beard's done.
Done.
Wow.
Come on, you got to say yes to that.
Wow.
Wait, Steve, when last time you've been like this? Just like a bold bit.
It'd just be so funny.
2016.
I think Mark's right. Kevin De Bruyne.
Have you got a picture to confirm that?
I'll find one, Ben, right, and I'll send it to you. You'd be horrified, honestly.
People,
I have no chin. I have no chin. My face ends there. Just to find
right. We're gonna chat. If you are rewatching this, what we said, if we win the FA Cup.
No. Champions League.
No. Champions League and Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne.
Champions League and Kevin De Bruyne means that Steve is never allowed to have a beard ever again. FA Cup. So just the beard is just done. Whereas if we win the FA Cup, beard's got to go.
If we win
Steve, do you have a charity?
I can put one forward.
If you pick a charity, I'll donate some money to your shave the beard.
Defibrillators for Mando.
Defibrillators. I'll donate some money to the charity if you shave the beard if Forest win.
I will tell the family later on, right? Caroline will pick herself up off the floor because she'll probably think.
I reckon she'll donate some money too.
Yeah, and then
Make sure you click this. If we win the Champions League, Stephen Big go. But I said FA Cup, man.
If Forest win the FA Cup, Steve will shave his beard and I'll donate some money to the defibrillator.
Yes or no?
Yeah, no, it's a yes.
Steve? Yeah, no.
All right, okay. All right then. I'll go on record to say if Forest win the FA Cup, I will shave my beard off.
Wait. We need Caroline's reaction.
Nah, that's it. Done.
She's not here now.
Right, people, clip this. I'm going to clip it. If we win the FA Cup, go on.
It's going to be so good.
So
We're going to set up a chair, and it's going to be like Vince McMahon getting shaved by Donald Trump.
Oh, days. Right, people, it's been a great show. There's going to be loads of videos from now to the FA Cup semi-final. I'm excited. Can't wait. We're third in the Premier League. I know Man City are playing. Hopefully, I don't know. Who do you want to win before we go? Man City or Villa? People in the chat, who do you want to win? Villa
I would. Yeah, I just say a draw on Man City. Keep Aston Villa away.
See, Kelly says, can we live stream it?
Oh my God. Yeah. Why not? It'd be end of season party, was it? Yeah. I'll watch Steve crying. When this baby gets shaved off.
Right, people, it's been a great show. Thank you for everyone. Again, thank you for Aussie Dave. I'll see you at Wembley as usual.
See you at Wembley,
Steve. I'm not happy with you, Steve. You got no. Wait. In this beard cam as well.
Oh God.
Mark Harrison's been on fire with the comments tonight. If you had an award for man of the match,
call in the barber
match in the comments. Mark Harrison, but Stefan's been pretty good too.
Yeah, right. People, it's been great as well. Thank you for everyone who took part as well. Cheers, Martin, as well, my friend. People, we'll be there. We're at Wembley, but like I said, watch out for the next video. I got an important sponsor. Keep it low key a little bit as well. So, but yeah, it's been a great show. Before you do, if you agree or disagree with everything that me and the panel says, get involved as well. I'll be at Wembley. I cannot wait. Hopefully, David brings his special moments of not losing at all. Before we say this, and what says we should do all forfeit. If forfeit, what's the forfeit for me? No, I'm not doing a forfeit.
What's a forfeit?
What?
You should all do a forfeit if we win the FA Cup.
Basically,
yeah. So basically, he's saying that because I got to do this. You two got to do something. That's what they're basically saying.
Oh,
I reckon Aussie Dave should wear.
No.
Aussie Dave should wear an England shirt.
Right now, we're sticking to your forfeit.
Oh, well, I've already got my forfeit.
Right, people, we get going.
It's a team effort.
Steve was doing the forfeit. Do we later more videos? Peace and love, people, and I'll see you soon. Up the forest.